Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, I think I owe Shavir Wheeler an apology. And the reason why I'm about to apologize to Sahvir Wheeler is because I seen some stats, some records and stuff like that, and it kind of made me wonder, have I been too hard on Sahvir Wheeler? And actually, maybe the entire Big Blue Nation may have been a little too hard on Sahvir, right? Now, listen to what I'm about to tell you. Only 4 players in the history of Kentucky basketball have ever actually recorded 200 assists in a single season, and Sahvir Wheeler is probably getting ready to do it 2 times, right? Um, so we can say what we want about Sahvir, but that's still kind of a big deal. I mean, if you even just think about the point guards that played in Calipari's era and not even use the whole entire history of Kentucky, it's a lot of decent guys that can't say those things, right? Uh, for only 4 players to have ever did that, and I actually didn't take the time to look and see who the other players were. I probably should have, but that's something for you to do on your own. But I'm gonna just keep it straight to Sahvir for right now. But that's actually kind of a big deal, and we always look at Sahvir Wheeler with the turnovers and the untimely shots and different things like that, and he gets a lot of hate. And I know he's made some comments recently where he said he doesn't pay any attention to it and he kind of just does his thing. And so I actually seen some more stats, right? And most people already know one of my favorite point guards that ever played at Kentucky is Tyler Ulis, right? And I just feel like he had such good command of the team. He was a really exceptional leader on the court on both ends of the ball. He was a dog. He's just one of my favorites that I ever watched play. But if you actually dig down deep and compare the two's actual numbers, they're a lot more similar than you think. And I'm going to give you some of the numbers right here. So, Tyler Ulis in 2 years, right? And maybe this might be a little unfair because Tyler Ulis was running the platoon system. So maybe we might have to keep that into consideration because his first year, he really didn't get the ball in his hands the way he did his second year. So maybe his numbers would be higher if he didn't have that first year averages. But just listen to it. Just entertain me for a second. Tyler Ulis in 10 years, he averaged about 30.4 minutes a game, about 11.3 points, 5.3 assists, 1.5 turnovers, and his assist to turnover ratio was 3.53. His overall field goal percentage was 46.2, and his 3-point percentage was 37.1. So his 3-point percentage was just okay, but his overall field goal percentage was pretty good. Now, let's listen to Sahvir Wheeler's numbers. Sahvir Wheeler in 1 year and 11 games. Now, like I said, Sahvir Wheeler had the ball in his hands his first year at Kentucky, way more than Tyler did. But still, the points are exactly the same, 11.3, which is weird to me because I just wouldn't have expected that. The assists per game, he's actually higher than Ulis. He's 6.8. The turnovers, and Ulis definitely has him on turnovers. He's 2.3, but realistically, 2.3 is not a whole lot of turnovers, especially when you consider how much during the game Wheeler actually has the ball in his hands, because Cal runs him to death, man. Like he, Wheeler plays a lot and he has the ball in his hands a lot. So 2.3 really isn't that bad. Then you look at the assist to turnover ratio, it's 2.97. Overall field goal percentages, it's a little low, but it's still 43.2. Now, his 3-point percentage is bad. It's 33.7. That would be more closer to what you would expect, like a big man to shoot from behind the arc. But still, it's just crazy to think his numbers are that similar to Tyler Ulis's. And even like I got a list of some of the games that we lost this year, and we'll look at Sahvir's numbers. When we lost to Michigan State, he played 40 minutes, which is that's a lot. I mean, like he was like I said, Calipari runs him to death. But he had 16 points. He had 8 assists, 2 steals. Now he did only have 3 turnovers, right? The thing about it is he did shoot bad in the game. Like he shot 6 for 16. And he was 2 for 6 from 3. And he scored 6 of the 9 points in the first overtime. So he actually didn't really play bad. Like I said, sometimes it might just be he has timely turnovers that seem to hurt the team, but he really didn't play bad in that game overall. Now we look at Gonzaga, he didn't play much. He only played 17 minutes. He got in foul trouble. So basically, Wallace had to play point guard, which is what most people actually prefer. And you can feel however you want to feel about that, but when you're just looking at what Wheeler did in limited minutes, he had 7 points and 4 assists and 1 turnover. Now, like I said, it always kind of goes back to he's 1 for 4 for 3. He's 2 for 6 from the floor overall. So outside of him really just not shooting great, he's not really played extremely bad basketball. Now, a lot of people are questioning if Kentucky could ever even actually contend for a championship with him as the primary ball handler and decision maker. I've even questioned it myself. But he ain't really playing as bad as I would have thought his numbers would indicate. UCLA game, they lost. He played 36 minutes. He had 11 points. He actually shot decent in this game. He was 5 for 7, 1 for 1 from 3. He had 6 assists, 1 steal, but this game he did turn the ball over. Now, he had 6 turnovers in this game. So it seems like he might have, a few games in a row where he's excellent at ball handling. And then he may have a game like this where, 6 turnovers when you play in 36 minutes, that's just going to hurt you. Those are the type of numbers that will put you in position to lose the games. So UCLA, you could definitely attribute some of the loss to those 6 turnovers. But even still in that game, it says, what I'm looking at says the other 4 starters, they only shot 21% and 17% from 3. And they had 12 turnovers too. So it was a lot of bad play in those games, actually. And then we got blown out by Missouri. I get it. The whole team looked bad in that game. But if you really look at it, he played 38 minutes, was, like I said, man, Cal, his usage rate is high. Like, Cal trusts Sahvir and Sahvir plays. He had 12 points, 5 for 12 from field goal, 2 for 3 from 3. It's not bad. 8 assists and only 2 turnovers. So realistically, of all the games I just talked about, the big games on the big stage, he only really melted down once of those, and that's against UCLA. He really actually hasn't played terrible in the other games. And then I got one more other thing to talk about. And somebody had posted his overall stats for this year. Um, he's giving us 9 points a game, 7 assists, 1 steal, 38% from three, and 2.3 rebounds. Now, 38% from three is not actually terrible. I feel like once you get over 36%, you're an average 3-point shooter. And obviously, once you get into the 40s, you will be considered a good 3-point shooter. But 38% ain't bad, especially, last year. I don't know right off the top of my head, but last year I would say he probably shot worse than that. But realistically, he doesn't really seem to be playing terrible. And it's just crazy because I know a lot of people, they definitely Sahvir gets a lot of hate. And like I said, I've been super critical of Sahvir at times myself. I've even said that, Shavir Wheeler probably is a mid-major talent. And I still don't know if I would take that back, but I can't really knock, some of these numbers. Like I said, I'm looking at Tyler Ulis, and, I'd have to go back and really break down the numbers in Tyler's second year and see how much he improved from his first year. Because like I said, the first year he was playing in that platoon system, so he wasn't getting 30 minutes a game. So I feel like some of his numbers are lower because he wasn't able to have the ball in his hands his first year. But even still, I would have to go back and check because it just blew my mind kind of to just look at it and see how similar they were. And I'm going to do a little bit more research on this. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to give Sahvir Wheeler a little bit of an apology. Not that he would see this or that he would even care what I'm saying, but Sahvir, man, I'm going to go ahead and formally apologize to you on Sports and Discourse. You ain't been playing as bad as everybody has been making it out to seem. Could we use everybody playing a little bit better, including him? Yeah. But he actually ain't hurting us as much as even I thought, you know what I mean? But I definitely understand where some people say that it's just sometimes he does, in my opinion, he makes some errors that I just feel like if he just had a little better decision making, he could even have better numbers than he has now. He could go from having a good average season to being exceptional if he would just think the game through a little bit better. But either way it go, I just wanted to point some of that out. And I'm going to just let y'all sit with that for a second, and then y'all tell me how you feel about it. Have we been too hard on Sahvir Wheeler, or does he deserve all the criticism that he gets? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And we'll talk about it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.